President Barry Soetoro here. Like and subscribe to this great channel-based boxing basement. I hear the Triple B also has a big Corey, almost as big as my husband. My wife, Big Mike's Corey. And yes, as Otto Wallen says, just because Mike has a dick doesn't mean he can't be my woman.
Yes, thank you, Barack. Big Mike, too. So there's this, I'd already made a video on this. There's a big problem with what is the biggest fight in boxing, which is Anthony Gay J Joshua. He's Tyson the Gypsy Queen Fury, after Anthony Joshua took care of Ngannou and took care of the oil driller Otto Wallin. This will be the biggest fight in boxing, certainly Britain ever, certainly this year, the last few years, possibly ever, who knows. But obviously, Tyson Fury is fighting Alexander Usyk next, May the 18th. Now, the problem is with that, it's obviously he's got to get through that. Now, I think he will. He will win on points. The reason I think he'll win on points is because Usyk's hard to catch. I don't see Fury stopping him. Fury is not a massive puncher. He's not super accurate, he's decent enough on both counts, but... Usyk is, what's it called? His vulnerability is said to be his body. Some people say it's known to be his body. He has been hurt in the amateurs with body shots. He's turned away a few times and he's been hit. Admittedly, borderline hip shots, possibly low shots. So, those are not legal shots, but still, there's a bit of stuff from his amateur career. And Fury's not really a body puncher. To my knowledge, to my memory, I can't remember him hurting people with body shots. But he's being so tall to reach down and hit Usyk's body. It's very possible. You remember Ray Vargas recently on Knockout Chaos Show. He was hitting Nick Ball with loads of body shots, and he seems about 7 inches taller at least. So it's not impossible, but my belief is that Tyson, firstly, styles. Secondly, even if it's close, and it will be close, I'm fairly sure, I think the judges will side with Tyson. He's clearly the one they want to win. Turki Al-Sheikh is a big Fury fan. He's been videoed sitting next to Tyson Fury, having an argument with Egis Klimas, Alexander Usyk's manager. It's quite clear. He wants Tyson to win. And also, the powers that be, the money men want Tyson to win, because the big fight out there is Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, the big money maker. It's not Anthony Joshua Usyk 3. No one's interested in that, right? So that's the fight they want. So this is why I believe Tyson Fury will win, and he'll win on points. However, like I said, he's got a rematch clause. Apparently, it was on Usyk's insistence. Well, according to Tyson Fury, but he's a liar anyway, like his scumbag father, with his 100 bare knuckle fights, 100 unbeaten. Nonsense, man. What a bum. I'm going to call that idiot out. But yeah, that's the big problem. So the big fight happens, Usyk Fury, May 18th. And now, sometimes Fury doesn't even fight once a year, right? But so if there's a rematch, December, in my opinion, would be the earliest it would happen. December, right? And then you got to wait another 6 months for Anthony Joshua Fury. So we're talking like over a year away, June kind of time, 2025. And obviously, Anthony Joshua's not going to sit there waiting, is he, for that time, over a year? He's actually been fighting 3 times, I think, last year, and he's fought once already this year. I could see, the Zhang would have been a big fight. That's not happening. They might give you Joe Parker, Joshua 2, although I'm not that interested. They hype it up when they say, oh, Parker's much better now, and blah, blah. I'd expect Joshua to knock out Parker. I think And Zhang, unfortunately, seems to be out of the question. Although I think there's a Zhang-Parker rematch clause as well. I'm sick of these rematch clauses. They're ruining boxing. Sick, especially heavyweight boxing. just stuffs it up, man. No one's interested. It'd only be a rematch. They shouldn't, I don't like banning stuff, right? But in my opinion, rematch clauses should not be allowed to be part of the contract of a fight. It's basically taking over another man's career and forcing him to go in a certain direction. Otherwise, you don't get the fight. It's no good, and it's no good for the fans. Obviously, if there's like a fight like Ray Vargas, Nick Ball, where it's very close and it was a draw, then yeah, let's rematch that. That's a fight where you want to rematch. But these rematches, as part of the contract, no good stuffing out boxing. So I can see a scenario, and we're talking about Ergovic. Filip Ergovic has been the IBF mandatory for what it seems like decades. He's got to get his shot. The IBF were quick to strip. They stripped Tyson Fury like a few weeks after he fought Vladimir Klitschko. And they would happily strip Usyk, I think, and put Anthony Joshua, right? If he's Ergovic as a main event for the IBF fight, vacant title. Because that would make them as much money, I think, as, the sanctioning Fury Usyk. I think, maybe not. But that way Joshua would keep active. And Ergovic, assumably he can probably start to press legal action by now. Because how long has he been mandatory? There's certain rules about how often you have to face a mandatory. The IBF are usually quite strict on that. So yeah, we could. So we see, we possibly 2025, June 2025, the earliest, in my opinion. You get Joshua vs Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury beats Usyk twice, we don't need a second Usyk Fury fight. They're all old. They're all mid to late 30s. They need to get the big fights finished for the fans. Now, however, now there is an alleged array of hope. So the WBC have made a decision. Now, it's been reported as a huge decision, but let's look at it, right? And what Maurizio Soleimani is saying is that the WBC would have no problem, and they would be happy to sanction a fight between Joshua to face the winner of Fury vs Usyk. Yeah, he says the WBC was presented a sanction request, which was to fight for the undisputed. We accepted that request and accepted the rematch they have requested. What does that mean? The WBC accepted that sanctioning and we accepted the rematch they have requested. Okay, so they've accepted the Fury-Usyk rematch, but they've also accepted the Fury-Joshua fight. Okay, we would absolutely accept the winner to fight Joshua. What does that mean, man? What does that mean? They're trying to say, the WBC is saying, we won't need an Usyk Fury rematch. We're happy for them to go straight to the next fight to be Joshua if he's the winner. But he then goes on to say, but it's not. If it's not anything to do with contractual promotion, we would absolutely accept the winner to fight Joshua. So they're saying, of course they would. It's not relevant. The WBC are not part of contractual negotiations and rematch negotiations. They're just saying, we'd be happy if Joshua fought the winner of Usyk Fury without the Usyk Fury rematch. It's meaningless. It means absolutely nothing. And he even says, if it is not anything to do with contractual or promotion, well, it is. They've signed a contract, a rematch. So what he's saying is absolutely meaningless. And then the press are going, there's hope here. There's hope for Fury, Joshua, without the Fury-Usyk rematch. Well, not really, mate. Not really. There is a hope, right? That there are a number of hopes in that say whoever wins, and I said I think it'll be Fury on points. Fury could be like, I don't care about the rematch. I don't want it. Usyk, will he take some step-aside money? Now, it would have to be monstrous for a guy at Usyk's age, and it would have to cover the purse that he would get, or at least a large portion of the purse he would get to fight Tyson. And the only person that can pay that is Turki al-Sheikh. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia can afford to buy out Usyk's rematch clause. So that's a possibility. Like I said, the problem is Usyk is what is he, almost 37? And you know, he hasn't got many big fights left. So to take step-aside money, it's got to be significant. And he's a bit of a warrior. Would he want it? I don't know. I mean, he'd have to be stupid. If he's been offered 3/4 of the purse he'd have for a rematch with Tyson Fury without taking a punch, he'd be crazy not to take that. But the only people who can fund that will be the Saudis and Turkey al-Sheikh. So this Mauricio Sulaiman ruling, oh, we're happy for Fury, or the winner of Fury Usyk, to fight Joshua in the next fight for the WBC title, as long as it isn't a contractual promotional issue. Well, it is. So it means nothing. So people have reported basically nothing. A guy just saying, yeah, I'd be happy for him to fight it. But it's not going to happen. unless something happens with the rematch clause. And the only thing that will happen with the rematch clause is if the loser accepts a massive step-aside fee instead of taking a big money rematch. So, it's a nothing burger. This is yet another nothing burger, giving hope and making a story out of nothing. And if you notice, like a lot of people have reported this alleged announcement by Mauricio Sulaiman, but none of the big papers have, or the BBC or any of these other scumbag press orifices. But they have a little bit more kudos than the little ones, unfortunately. But yeah, so it's a nothing burger. It means nothing. Unless the big man, the Don, the King, Turki al-Sheikh, His Excellency, gets the cash money to buy off the loser of Tyson Fury, to step aside to fight Joshua, it won't be happening. Peace in the Middle East and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and, of course, Yemen.